2% for housing loan, likewise. But presently, RBI drafted a guideline, namely ECL framework, and it is calculated on a formula basis,
It is
not on the bucket bifurcation.
Here an article has come, discussion paper on introduction of expected credit loss framework for banks. Here it goes like this. Over the years, banks have submitted pro forma Ind-AS financials to the Reserve Bank of India, and significant differences are observed in the provision amount computed as per the ECL approach on the extant RBI guidelines. One of the key challenges envisaged for convergence with transition to Ind-AS for banks is the loan loss provision amount that is to be computed using the expected credit loss approach as per the Ind-AS 109 financial instruments. Over the years, banks have submitted pro forma Ind-AS financials to the Reserve Bank of India, and significant differences are observed. On January 16, RBI released discussion paper. The discussion paper proposes adoption of an expected loss framework and includes discussion questions on which a final view shall be taken based on the feedback received. Some key proposals under consideration. The DP proposes to apply ECL approach to only scheduled commercial banks. Regional rural banks and cooperative banks have currently been excluded from the application. The DP has proposed criteria for determining significant increase in the credit risk, which include watch list accounts and financial assets for which contractual payments are 30 days past due, a rebuttable presumption. Further, the DP has proposed determining SICR at counterparty level instead of financial asset level, with a regulatory backstop for counterparts that are overdue for more than 60 days. DP proposes specific guidelines for restructured assets, which may be summarized as below. Restructured assets are to be considered as credit impaired assets. Further, restructured assets that are in monitoring period and are performing satisfactorily will be subject to fixed prudential floor for loss provisioning, regardless of the time spent as a stage 3 asset. Once the asset exits monitoring period successfully, enters the remaining specific period, asset can be classified as stage 2. Banks should test renegotiated, modified financial assets other than restructured assets for significant increase in credit impairment by comparing.
This is
very much technical.
This
I am not
complicated.
I am not understanding it.
Me too, sir.
It is taught. I will give the link in our WhatsApp page. And if
Sir, actually,
you, if
I derived a formula from a BI site that ECL is calculated on present due into probability of losses into LGD. But I could not find what is LGD and what is the probability of losses means the certain percentage of how much loss will be incurred in future, that I understood. But what LGD, and I couldn't find that.
No, but this type of difficult questions, they will not ask mostly because I am not following it. In fact,
actually,
I was not
Nnpa
aware
background.
I was not aware of this at all. That is why when you told me, it was a news for me. It was a news because I am sitting before the computer nearly 16 hours a day. In spite of it, I have not come across this article. Nowhere has it come. But let me check up whether there is one magazine.
But if the provisioning norms is going to be shift, it will be a very much important for me, like candidates who are working in Nnpa.
Actually, they have not done it. It has not been accepted seriously If it had been accepted seriously, put into practice, it would have been told to us. But since people are only in the thinking stage, this much has not come. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question you would like to ask? Any other question, please? Otherwise, thank you so much. I close.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have another doubt.
Mm.
What is the difference between gross NPA and net NPA, sir?
That's what I have explained in today's interview. In one video, I have already posted it. I'll be posting it to you now. Just today,
Okay, sir.
I'll be releasing it. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank
Sir,
you.
I
can
have
I answer this?
Yeah, you tell me. You tell. Swadhin, tell.
Actually, NNPA, net NPA equal to GNPA minus provisioning. As
Correct.
I already told, provisioning, you have to understood first of all the evolution of provisioning. Like in 1980s, earlier, RBI is not looking into the bad debt of the banks, like the management of the banks or bad loans left to the management of the banks and auditors only. Later, 1985, Predhar Committee and A. Ghosh Committee formed. They used to create a health code for this bad loan. Later, 1991, at the time of Manmohan Singh government, N. Narasimhan Committee formed, and the classification of assets occurred. Like assets are classified into 4 terms generally: standard asset, substandard asset, doubtful asset, and loss assets. And for this each classification, bank has to maintain some certain of provision for the future losses, for future uncertain effects. You know, later 1998, the time limit of this classification of assets is also be changed. Like earlier, NPA will occur only after 2 years of non-repayment. But presently, the time limit has been changed. There are DPD concept came. Like for NPA, you can see that after 90 days of non-repayment, it is considered as NPA. So for every bucket, for every classification, bank has to maintain some certain of provisioning. So gross NPA is equal to net NPA plus provisioning. Likewise, net NPA equal to whatever the gross amount due minus the provisioning.
Yeah. For example, if the total advances of our federal bank is, let us say, 1.96 lakh crore. Out of this 1.96 lakh crore, if let us say probably 3 lakh crores. So no. 1.96. Out of that, 2% means how much it will be? Say 4 lakh crore. No, yeah. Is it be 4 lakh crore? Yeah, 4 lakh crore is NPA. So that is gross NPA. So for that 4 lakh crore, Federal Bank is providing about 1 crore as provisioning. Now, the net NPA will be 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 crore. Could you follow now? I have told you with
Yes,
figures.
sir.
And
Yes, sir.
the GNPA percentage means, in our percent example, 4 divided by 1.96. 4 lakhs divided by 196 lakh. Okay. I don't know, some confusion in terms of
Please took an example regarding a loan amount of 100 rupees.
No, 4,000. Let us take an example. Let us have the total advances as 10,000
100
crores.
rupees.
No, 10,000 crores. 10,000 crores. Okay. Now, out of which our 2% advances are GNPA. That means how much is the GA amount? 2%. So 20% means 2,000. 2% means how much? 200. 200 crore is our gross NPA. Out of this 200 crores, if we are providing 80 crore as provisioning. Now balance NPA is 120 crore. The GNPA percentage is 200 crore divided by 10,000 crore into 100. Nnpa percentage is 1.2 crore divided by how much? 10,000 crore into say 100. This is how you have to do it. Okay. Could you follow this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you, sir.